Hey everybody! So we woke up the other day and it was actually blue skies, which was incredible because for the last week since we've landed here, it's rained every single day and been completely gray and overcast, and so is typical for Scotland, so it's not like we were stressing about it, but as soon as we saw the blue skies, we wanted to get out of the house and go get a really nice view of the city. Exactly. Awesome.
He gets a bang out of his job.
So we went to Edinburgh Castle to see the cannon fire, and the whole walk up to the castle was really beautiful. For me, it was way bigger than I thought it was going to be on the inside. Joe was not as impressed as I was with his first European castle, but it was really cool, and it turned out that it had a really interesting history behind the cannon fire as well. It's fired every day except for Sundays, Christmas Day, and Good Friday. So those are the 3 days that they take a break from it. And every day it's fired at 1 o'clock, which I thought was really interesting. I was wondering why not noon instead of 1. So I did a little research, and this is what I found. A long time ago, watches and clocks weren't as reliable as they are today, and to keep track that they weren't getting too off course, every single day they would have to reset the clock. So Captain Wauchope of the Scottish Royal Navy had an idea to invent a time ball, and this was in 1852. think of our New Year's ball in New York City on New Year's Eve that like slowly comes down and then at midnight hits. So in different cities that were near the harbors, the ships would be able to see these balls drop either at noon or 1 p.m. depending on the city. There were a few problems with this, however. With the weather here, if it was foggy, misty coming off of the sea, or if it was raining, they wouldn't be able to see the ball drop. And then there was also the issue with the fact that the clocks and the watches were perhaps off time right then, so how would they know when to look at the exact moment for when the ball is dropping? As a solution to this, Glasgow, Greenock, and Newcastle began firing guns along with the ball drop, so that way there was an auditory signal as well. That way you wouldn't have to be looking specifically for it. You would hear the signal and know, okay, that goes off at noon, or okay, that goes off at 1 p.m., and we can check our clocks now and make sure that they are running on time. In 1861, when Edinburgh joined in on this practice and began firing the cannons in accordance with the ball drop, they actually created a map to know exactly how many seconds of a delay the sound would have in the different locations throughout the region. But if you were in Leith, all the way in the harbor where the boats would most likely be, you would know that there's an 11-second delay from the cannon being fired at 1 p.m. in the castle. So why 1 p.m.? Well, at noon, people would be reading their sextants when they were looking at the skies, and it was very important for them to be able to do that at noon and not get disturbed. So they didn't want the cannon fire to go off and make these guys jump when they're staring and doing astrological work. Nowadays, the cannon no longer has the purpose of keeping time. Nobody really has to rely on it for that reasons, but it's such a cool tourist attraction that they've kept it. And they also use it to chime in the new year and when any royal salute has to go on. So we haven't witnessed this yet, but apparently when it goes off at 1, all of the shoppers on Princess Street or in the grass market apparently jump because they're still not expecting it, and all the pigeons fly up and freak out and everything. So maybe we'll catch that on video and we'll be able to show you guys that too. So this was just one event that takes place at the castle. We got castle memberships, so we can go whenever we want for free. We're gonna have so many more videos of the surrounding areas around the castle, as well as different events that take place there, and I can't wait to show you guys that when we get that footage. So it's something that we're definitely working on, and keep an eye out for that. Love you guys, miss you, mwah, bye.
Ah!
Ah! With the ball. Cut. Okay.
What happened?
I was doing well.
I had to sneeze, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Ah. Now I will bid you adieu.
And now I will bid you adieu.